Oh shit. Okay, let's talk about this. I'm actually fucking sleepy, man. I feel like I should be wearing glasses or some shit. Sure, let's get close. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, man? I have an interesting theory that I would actually like to share with you guys. You know, as Mr. Ordinary, I share my ideas, I share whatever it is that I'm thinking. You know, so I was thinking, okay, so imagine, right? Imagine you're working for a white man, right? You're putting in the hours, you're putting in the work, bro. You're putting in the work, so you work for like 10 years in the same company, 10 years in the same company, you're working, doing the same shit, you know what I'm saying? And then after 10 years, here comes a junior comes, maybe he's more qualified than you, but because they respect you, they make you a senior or whatever. And so I remember that you're black, so they can't just take you and make you turn into a manager and all of that shit, You might never ever actually see that shit as a black person. But anyway, you get promoted because there's a junior behind you. Sharp okra allowance that's 10 years of labor, bro. 10 years of 10 years of putting your head down and actually doing what you're supposed to do each and every day, being disciplined as shit, going to work every day, waking up early in the morning, catching a cab or driving your car, being as efficient as a V12 naturally aspirated, is it 6.3 engine? Yeah, Ferrari supercharger. I forgot the name of that, of the actual model. Being as efficient as a naturally aspirated V12 engine of a Ferrari for fucking 10 years. And then on top of that, all you can actually get is a minor promotion and a pizza on your 10-year anniversary. Anyway, my point to go, imagine if you take the same discipline that you actually put on your work and you actually put into your craft. That's what I was thinking for myself. I was like, okay, Shabona Louis, each and every day you're spending, God, I mean, thank God I do have like a 9 to 5, bro. Otherwise I would have never had this room of, this room to improve. And so, because I call this place a room of improvement. So lately I've been chilling too much, so I started to realize that okay, this is actually becoming a home, and that's a problem, because naturally this is supposed to be room for improvement, the room to become a better person. Anyway, I digress. What I'm trying to say, I was thinking, because I've been consistent for a very, very long time at my job, consistent, and along the way you start to realize, I'm not going anywhere here. Like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, for real, I'm not going anywhere. The disillusionment, is that a word? I'm gonna Google that shit. But in case I made a mistake, I'm sorry. The disillusionment, just this illusion. Oh my god, I can't even spell this shit. Yeah, I think it's a word, disillusionment. Excuse me, yeah. The disillusionment that came with realizing Gucci, I might actually work for a long, long time for nothing. For not a funeral car, for a pension fund, kind of fucked with me. I was like, okay, sharp boy. Something is telling me that if I work just as much as I'm working for the white man, if I put that work for myself, I'll be where I'm supposed to be in half, if not quarter, of the time that I actually spend working for the white man. What I'm trying to say, Uguti, I realize that Uguti, I don't respect myself the way I'm supposed to. I need to take myself as a boss, bro. The same way that you respect your boss, the same way that you respect your job. How about you respect yourself? How about you say, yo, bro, like, okay, this is just I gotta give not motivation, but like a realization to myself and to people that are lucky enough to be watching this shit. How about you take the same discipline that you actually give your boss and you give it to yourself? And then I start to realize, like, all these ideas they just kept on coming, and then I realized, okay, like, well, I've been disciplined for a very, very long time, since I was a kid, going to school and then passing, going to university, passing, and then graduating, and then starting to work and working on my job, and then being focused on my job, and then actually becoming good at it. And I started to realize that, okay, sharp, like, I've been doing so much for so long with so little reward for this whole shit that is fucking frustrating, bro. And then I started to realize that, okay, sharp, if I put, because, but yesterday this is what I did. I was like, okay, I'm gonna work the same hours that I put in at work to my craft. And then you start to realize, when I'm at work, bro, like I'm not even sleepy, bro. I'm not even sleepy, like working. Everything has to go here, pa 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 pa. All of a sudden, my shift is done. But when I'm here, instead of having the same mindset, there's always excuses, which makes me realize, Gucci, I don't take myself serious. It was that psychological realization, Gucci. Something in your psyche is telling you that what you're doing is not important, because when you're at work, you think, okay, this is paying for my child's school fees, this is paying for my room, my house, my rent, my electricity, this is putting food on the table, so this must be important. Subconsciously you absorb all of that shit, and they make you Manswar. You conform, gospaning, you become a slave, basically, a modern slave, Manswar. So that day I was like, why then when I try to put in the same focus into my craft and trying to put in the same hours that I actually put effortlessly when I'm at work to my shit, there's so many excuses. I become sleepy, I'm like, I'm tired. I'm like, yo, bro, I don't take myself serious, bro. And then tomorrow I realize, oh shit, this is actually how empires were built, bro, because people fail to realize their power within themselves, and wicked rulers always seem to find a way to manipulate us, man, to manipulate us. And an idea came, it sparked in my head. It was like, yo, bro, look at the pyramids, bro. The pyramids were built by slaves, bro, even though it was forced labor. But in that unfortunate event, there's a huge lesson that we can actually do whatever the fuck we put our minds to, bro. We can actually do whatever the fuck we put our minds to, bro. It's just unfortunate. It was through slavery that we built these cities. You see Johannesburg, you see Pretoria, our grandfathers actually built all of this, most of those buildings, bro. So it kind of makes you think, okay, sharp, if we can respect ourselves, if we can fear ourselves, our authority, the same way we fear our oppressors, the same way we fear our bosses, the same way we fear hunger, where would we be in terms of progress? And so I was looking at it in a bigger scale. But in all honesty, I was just looking into myself, like, yo, bro, where the fuck would you be if you took yourself like for real? I'm sorry. Like, if you took yourself serious for real, like, yo, bro, if you don't do this shit, there's consequences. You're not gonna eat or all of that shit. But because those things, they play a psychological factor when you're at work, you don't see this shit. And that's when I start to realize, Uguti, sometimes you the career path that you have and the career that you're supposed to have are on the same road, and one is just blocking the view of another. It's like you're driving a Rolls Royce, right? And in front of you there's a VW Passat, and that Passat is just blocking the view just enough so that you don't enjoy the luxury in your Rolls Royce. That's what is happening with your 9 to 5. Your 9 to 5 is just the itsy bitsy thing that's just blocking the view like this. It pays you just enough to settle, never enough to go beyond, never enough to fund your dreams the way you're supposed to, just enough to settle. Like yeah, this is where we're gonna block this motherfucker's dream. It's very dangerous, bro. And sometimes I feel like it's not even that way. It's just our minds are just programmed. Like it's not even a program. Our minds are just like that because of where we come from, especially as black people. When I look at where I come from and how much I didn't have, like even though I don't have right now, I realize that what I have right now ain't shit. But what I have right now feels like everything because I had nothing. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's so small, it feels like everything because I had nothing. But because I have bigger dreams, you start to realize that, oh shit, this shit is just like this. And the motherfucker who actually denied me this little thing wasted my fucking time because I was supposed to be there. And now I'm focusing on this because of the amount of time that I actually spend being suppressed and all of that shit. It applies to everything, bro. Like where we are as black people, we were not supposed to be here. We were supposed to be kings and queens and whatever, bro. We were supposed to be big, bro. But because we were denied such ridiculous shit, the only thing that we can actually look at is ridiculous shit because we never had shit. You know what I'm saying? The real riches are there. Now just like corruption, bro. Corruption is just blocking the process like this. Just, you know, you can see where we could be, but the dirt is just on an eye view so much that it kind of disturbs the whole thing, kind of derails a lot of people. It's crazy, bro. It's fucking crazy that a lot of us, we actually realize this thing, but we don't realize that we don't take ourselves as kings that we're supposed to be. But anyway, I'm also in the same category, and I'm gonna try to take myself serious and actually treat my dreams, treat my progress as something with authority, dog. Because we have to fight against these institutions. These institutions, they make rules so that you don't go inside. But then when you're smart enough to actually see what's happening on the inside, you start to realize rules, they don't matter in those people circles. The people that are making the rules, they don't follow the rules. Where now you'll be there running the country like a police officer with no money. You'll be taking care of criminals with AK-47. We're not some Glock 19. Get your ass shot out there. And then when you take a bribe, people will be blaming you and all of that shit. The same shit that is happening with foreign nationals and border control officers and just everybody. People are underpaid. People are just, people are just letting things go. And now we are faced with this situation because you're underpaid, but then you're given more responsibility to run the country. And the people that are supposed to be paying you, they're showing money, that they're at the top. Now like there's a lot of bullshit that's happening. The same now, people have to take responsibility upon themselves to make sure Gucci, this is what we want. And now there's an uprising against foreign nationals, illegal foreign nationals. It is crazy out here, bro. What I'm trying to say is, if we could just respect ourselves, maybe, just maybe. But then it's easier to say these things, and it's easier. It's actually, it feels nice saying these things, but actually implementing them, it's tough. Because I'm looking at myself, I'm like, shit, bro, I can't even, bro. Yo, I've been working for close to 15 years. Can I put 15 years into my craft with the same intensity that I've been putting compared to the intensity that I've been putting at work? Can I do that shit? I can only attempt, but I'm gonna try though. I want to try because I can't keep on making another man rich, man. That's just gay. Peace.